My future was told, perfectly laid out in front of me. And I liked what I saw. The love of my life, who I would create a new home with. We'd have a family, a cat, a dog, a white picket fence. All the things I felt I needed in this life. But that future wasn't meant to be. I wasn't ready. I wasn't willing. And in a moment of panic, I lost it all. Painful old trauma resurfaced and I sabotaged everything, just as I've done throughout my entire life. But the truth is, a part of me wanted it to happen. A part deep within my subconscious that doesn't want to accept love. That part of me sabotaged my future. And it's still alive within, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. It's the demons, eh? So here I am, starting all over again. I want to look back. I want to go back, but I can't. It's too painful. And the universe only moves in one direction anyway. So I've got to move forward. I haven't told many people this, but I'm currently homeless. And that's no coincidence, given that I made a documentary film about homelessness a few years ago. It was meant to happen this way. Now let me be clear about this. It isn't the typical kind of homelessness you see on the streets. A dear friend of mine has put a roof over my head and is helping me make sense of all of this. Thank you, Troy. I love you, man. I could get an apartment if I wanted to, but I'm not ready yet. It just doesn't feel right. To be honest, I'm kind of embracing homelessness. I'm not resisting it. I feel light. I feel free. God has given me a tremendous gift. It just so happens to be disguised as a problem. So let's talk about the future. The future with me, a backpack, a camera, and a broken heart. Because the last time I had those things, I damn well did something with them. So meeting people who are living on the streets in the winter is how the film started. So there's no better way than to show the film right where it started. And listen, I'm not saying I enjoy being brokenhearted. It's painful, I know, but nothing is more motivating artistically than a broken heart. And you know what? It's a gift too, just as all forms of suffering ultimately are.
Do you hear it? The tightrope I'm walking on, the grace with which I'm trying to hold your heart. Do you hear it in the distance? The storm coming. So hold. Come here, darling. You can't do it alone. I'm fairly sure he lay awake, willing the lavender into chloroform, eyes wide open, one iris still promptly darting around in search of the exit sign.
Anyway, I'm in Vietnam, beginning production on a new feature film, a spiritual sequel to Project Cold Days called Transmuting Suffering.
At the last second, he going to take the poison. Thought about running away from life. He stopped taking the poison, and then he running away from city, from Hải Phòng city, and he came here to the middle of nowhere in the land Hà here.
The film is about people who have transmuted their suffering into awakening.
I never had dreams that can wake me up.
While Project Cold Days investigated the darkest parts of the human condition, the new film will explore transcendence into light.
It's very painful because you are struggling. You're also fighting it because you live to your parents' expectations.
So you don't really feel abandoned here. You feel like there is someone you can go to.
It could be one thought, one word, one conversation.
I've been quietly working on the film for quite some time now, and many people have shared their stories of transmuting suffering with me.
I was awakened and, did another kind of art. I began to use nature.
And my thought is that you know, I can bring it all together and somebody can maybe have a deeper experience for it.
But what if suffering was bigger than any one person? What if an entire community could transmute their suffering? What if an entire country could? That's why I'm in Vietnam. The Vietnamese people have suffered tremendously over the last 150 years, but that's not what I'm here to film. The Vietnamese people are moving forward. They're not looking back. And they've done something that isn't very popular in modern day outrage culture. They've forgiven. They've let go. They've forgiven something that is almost unforgivable. Kind of hard to believe given what they went through. People are now visiting Vietnam for the first time. Their tourism industry is growing. Their GDP is rising. The country is transforming. But there is a strange duality to all of this growth, an odd paradigm. And that's what I'm here to investigate. What have I learned about Vietnam so far? They are gentle. People are patient. They endure with great stoicism. Life comes to them slowly. Time is on their side. They are incredibly accepting of others. They know how to love. They know how to be loved. Unlike other places, their largely impoverished population does not seek a way out. There's no sense of desperation here. The world will come to them in time, when they're ready. Until then, they're content just where they are. I have more to share about Vietnam, but you're gonna have to wait for the feature film to come out in 2021. Until then, I'll remain light, nimble, and open to the universe's direction with only my backpack, camera, and an open heart. You know what? When I was writing this, I realized I wasn't being completely honest. This story is more than what I'm telling you, because there's a war happening right now. A war that I'm fighting. A war within myself. I can't find a way to forgive myself for the damage I've done to others. The suffering I've imposed on myself, the suffering I've imposed on other people, the trauma and self-loathing that I refuse to let go of. I don't know how to get around that. I don't know how to fix that. And it frightens me because I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be my dad. So here I am again, just like in Project Cold Days, seeking a pathway to light. Make no mistake about it, there's no separation here. The film and I, we are one. Our story is aligned, our pathway in perfect harmony. As with Project Cold Days, I'm not really doing anything, just remaining open, feeling the world around me as someone who's reborn. The universe is going to create this film, not me. And if you're interested in being a part of this film, if you're someone who has an amazing story, if you've transmuted suffering into light, get in touch with me. No matter where you are in this world, I would love to hear your story. And I'm sure I can find a way to get to you to film it.